Hello YouTube, it's Vdeogamer, and today I'm drawing again for the first time in like weeks. But anyways, I'm drawing Bowser and Bowser Jr. and hopefully this drawing will turn out awesome. I don't know because I haven't drawn in a while, but you guys will see it when it comes out. And without further ado, let the drawing begin. Boosh. Fell off my chair a little bit. I'm okay. It's so weird because I haven't drawn in such a long time, but I am not going to let that stop me. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna get a overall sketch going of where we want the characters to be. I'm gonna have Bowser sort of front and center, sort of standing here, and drawing a circle for his head real quick, and basically just figuring out where I want to place these guys. And done. That took me about 30 minutes just to get this rough sketch. You guys probably saw it in about less than one, so lucky you guys. I'm gonna work on Bowser's face now so I can get this drawing done eventually. And we're gonna start working on the eyebrows first here, after you've drawn the eyes, of course. And the eyes are sort of just large triangle shapes, kinda. Such as this. Then we got his eyebrow coming around that. And it has about 3 spikes on the end of it. Spikes? What's a spike? I have no idea. We need to give Bowser a little bit of forehead, sort of. And this is where the other eye is. You can't really see it in this picture because of how I've drawn it. But we're going to draw that line there, sort of representing it. Then we're going to draw the rest of his head coming around up there. But on this side you will also see a bit of his eyebrow. We'll get his hair drawn in, and I think that's good enough for his eyes at the moment. We're going to work on a couple other features of Bowser, such as his horns here. Well, probably not his horns first. We'll do his hair first, because that might make him look a whole lot more like Bowser in a moment. We're going to choose to start the hair about here. So we're going to start right there. Yep, that's good. And he has about 4 spikes of hair. First one being the biggest one. I'm going to have that come all the way down at first. Second one, right behind it. It's a little bit that way. And it's kind of longer. Third one's back behind that. Almost longer still. Coming on to the snout here. You got it coming up like that. We sort of got to make this area right here slightly smaller, just to fit in a little bit more. Okay, now it's starting to come along a lot better. I'm only on the face. The face is what counts for the most part. Everything else just sort of falls into place after that. Oh my gosh, I've worked on this for a long time now. I think I'm finally getting to the point where it looks like Bowser, finally. And we're going to draw in his pupil there and call the eye done. Yeah, that looks good. Good. Alright, I'm going to finish up Bowser's face so we can move on. Hey guys, I'm back after just having watched Cars 2, which you guys didn't see just now, but I did, because I took a break for about 2 hours because I was getting frustrated with this drawing. But I'm back, I'm gonna finish this up, and it's gonna look amazing. You'll see. So, we're gonna work on Bowser's body now, finally. We're gonna start off by making sure it's the shape we want it to be. Coming down like that. And we sort of got to curve this a little bit differently here. So his leg can be there. Great. We want it a little bit tighter up about there. And we want his spike collar to show a little bit more than that. I'm gonna put some spikes on it. Good. Alright, now it's starting to look a whole lot better. Just had to take a break there for a second. Yeah, we're making the foot a little bit bigger as if it's a little bit closer to the camera. Camera? Viewer. You guys watching. Viewer of the drawing. However that may be in whatever point in time. Let me make his claws a little bit closer together. And his claws really aren't that big, so we gotta fix that. So we're gonna make those shorter. And his toe is the thing that's really big. We'll work on this foot a little bit as well. And just to let you guys know what his foot is on, it's actually on a box. Yeah, duh, but it's going to be like a question mark box or a brick box from Mario Brothers. And you'll see why here in a second. I stumbled over my words there. Yeah, this is going to be my best drawing of Bowser ever. You guys will see. On Bowser's chest here, he has these lines coming all the way down. Sort of like a lizard normally would. And we gotta sort of make some of these bigger. Mostly around the top. Make them smaller as they go down. Alright, so we got that done, and that's pretty much Bowser's. That's pretty much Bowser's body. Coming back on the arms here, we're gonna detail these up a bit. He has very brawny arms, and they might even be bigger than his legs, or the same size. They're probably the same size. But I'm gonna work on his hand a little bit, and we're going to have it sort of clenched in a fist. Sort of, somehow. Fist down this way. Okay. So his thumb's gonna be up here. And his fingers are gonna come around here. We're gonna draw a line here. And you're gonna have that line down there. And pretty much that looks like nonsense to you guys, but that's going to help me actually place the fingers on the drawing. So that way we can figure out where they're at. And we sort of need to turn it slightly so that palm's facing like that. Yeah, that's better. Alright, great. So that hand's pretty much complete. We're going to work on the arm a little bit more, giving him a little bit of muscle. Maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot bit, because Bowser's muscular. Put a little bit of detail in the elbow there. And I don't think, since his arm's so big, we're not really going to show any muscular detail, but we are going to put in some scale lines, because he's a reptile. Yeah, there we go. It's good detail right there. Love detail. And now we're going to put in one of Bowser's signature bands across his arm, or across his shoulder, I guess. One right there, and then one just before his hand. Now we're going to work on his other arm. I'm going to get in closer so you guys can see more of the detail as I'm working, because last time I didn't, because I'm dumb. Make sure you're keeping Bowser's arms really thick and very muscular. We're going to sort of give a little bit of edge to his elbow. And the way I plan to have this hand is that he's actually going to be holding something. And I'll show you guys what it is in a moment. Maybe you've already guessed it, but maybe you haven't. And we're going to have it coming down like this. You sort of need to make it fold over a bit, like cloth. which it is cloth, but... And we're just going to have it seem like it's tense where he's grabbing it. And draw in the rest of his fingers here. And his last finger. And his thumb is going to be coming around both of those. Just right across here. And the cloth even goes around right down to his side here. I'm not going to tell you guys what this is, but I can tell you what this drawing is. This is a drawing of Bowser. Unlike my last few I tried. Maybe just once, but... Like I said, I've always had trouble with this character, and I am so happy because I finally got it. I made an awesome picture of Bowser. Awesome. Finishing off Bowser, we're going to draw in his tail, coming back behind his body, sort of going to follow where his underside left off. Maybe a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit higher. Excellent. Tail coming back around. And we're going to have two main spikes on the back of his tail. I wonder if you guys have been able to guess what is going on exactly yet. But if you haven't, you can have plenty more time to think about it, because I'm going to draw Bowser Jr. Alright. And we're going to work... Whenever I first sketched out Bowser Jr., I pretty much got them all done. But there's a couple key things we need to work on, such as his eyes. They're just circles pretty much. Not too much detail in his eyes. Add in a glare, and he's pretty much done. In the eyes, at least. And then we got his smaller, less complicated eyebrows. With just two spikes on the ends. Yep, that's pretty much it. Got his green head coming around. And up here we got his hair. And a ponytail. Spikes of hair. Coming around. He's got 4 spikes as well. But his aren't as crazy and loose as his dad's are. Work on his face a little bit more. Use a mechanical pencil, just because I don't want to make any more mess than I already have. But I'm still making mess with the side of my hand. Right there. Good gosh. Alright. Anyway, back to the drawing. Working on his face. We're just going to have a curve around there. On his nose, it's just a big round circle with 2 little comma-looking shapes right in the center of it. And coming around the circle shape that I had you draw just now, we're going to curve around, and we're going to meet the corner of his mouth right here. And we're going to draw down from there, making a sort of half circle shape. We're going to bring it up, and it's going to cut off against the line we made to the corner. We're going to draw in his cheek, coming around there. And my instructions probably aren't very, well, I guess they're kind of good, but it would do you also a lot of good to have a source image whenever you're drawing video game characters such as this, because it can get a little bit tricky trying to remember how they look. That's pretty good. We got his facial features down way quicker than it took me to do on Bowser. We're going to draw what you can see of his bandana right there, which is not very much, but it has a little bit of graffiti on his bandana, I guess. Bandana. Sounds like banana, but it's not. He's not as muscular as his dad, which is probably a good thing, otherwise Mario would probably be in trouble. 2 Bowsers at once. Yikes. We're drawing in his other arm up here, letting go of something. Something familiar. And we're working on Bowser Jr.'s hand now. Great. We're gonna have his thumb, a small little thumb, coming up right here, just like that. Great. And Bowser Jr. also has some spike bands, only difference being that his don't have spikes yet, because he's still just a junior. Poor Bowser Jr. And the bands are pretty much just rounded rectangles right over his arm, as you can see here. And we got his thumb coming out here. And pretty much we're going to draw the fingers the same way. It's little fat cylinders with tiny little spikes on the end. Drawing a line coming around, separating the fingers so it looks like his palm. So that way you don't get confused whenever you're looking at it. And guess what this is, guys? Yep, you'll never be able to guess. Never. And to finish up Bowser Jr., pretty much all you have to do is draw in the ends of his bandana right back here. Oh, and I forgot one key point on his head is his little tiny baby horns. He's only half demon. And then we have a few small spikes on his back shell. And I think this drawing looks amazing. And it better look amazing after 1 hour of work put into it thus far. And still like another 2.5 to go. Good gosh. Alright, so I'm gonna finish up the drawing part with the pencils with a background. And we're gonna finish up all this. Hey, for those of you who don't regularly watch my tutorials, I wouldn't blame you, but no, that's not what I was gonna say, but whenever you're outlining with a Sharpie, what you need to do is you need to be very, very careful. Now, the whole reason I'm doing this is so that I will get a cleaner drawing overall by the time I get finished outlining. And also, it makes the drawing really pop. You don't lose your outlines whenever you're coloring, and it just makes it look really cool. You know what's really good? An ice cold smoothie. Okay, here comes part 2 of the cleaning up process with Sharpie. And that's taking a big giant eraser like this one and erasing all the underlying pencil lines that we no longer need in order to get our clean, great, awesome drawing. And I missed a spot. It's also a good time to check, see where you actually forgot to outline, because that happens a lot. Hey guys, here comes the cool part. Oh, I dropped all my color pencils. Hold on. Okay guys, here comes the cool part. I am going to color my drawing of Bowser and Bowser Jr. Alright, first step in coloring that I like to do with color pencils is lay down a base coat color. It's pretty simple. Just take the color that best represents whatever space of color it may be and color lightly across it. Get a good even shade and do that for all the colors on your characters. We got orange for Bowser's hair and green for his head. Speaking of green for his head, forgot a little bit of a line. And pretty much it's the same formula for the majority of the drawing up until we get all our base coats finished. For the black colors on Bowser, we're not going to go directly into black. First, we're going to go through a dark gray, so that way we can do a little bit easier shading, because it's hard to shade with the color black. So, dark gray. Let's go. And now comes the best part about the whole drawing, is the shading. This is going to be really cool and awesome by the time I get done with it. On my characters, I'm going to have 2 lighting sources. One is coming from the sun over here somewhere, from this bright area, and another one's going to be coming from back here, from a lightning bolt that's going to be going across the background. So, our shadow, here's how we're going to shade. We're going to first do it for the sun, and we're going to take a darker color, sort of related to the color we used before, and we're going to start shading away from our light source. And this color might be a little bit overkill for Bowser, but that can easily be fixed here in a moment, hopefully. That looks pretty good. We need to brighten up the yellow once more. So we're going to go and we're going to take our yellow, make sure this is color is everything that we want it to be. Bowser looks freaking boss right now. We're not even done yet. We're going to take a darker color for his head. We're going to do pretty much the same thing that we just did for his body. Just shading him and making him look 3D. Well, as 3D as paper gets, I guess, but you know what I mean. And for the hair of these two, we're going to take a reddish orange color, and we are going to do a lot of brightening up on these colors. Then we're even going to go into a red, get a nice contrasting shadow. Now finish up the shading on Bowser Jr. Then we'll be able to finish up this drawing. We're going to add a couple of red streaks to the mushroom to make it look like it's falling, because it is. It's kind of falling to its death. Sorry, little mushroom with crying face. And we're going to make the sky a little bit brighter, a little bit more colorful, a little bit more contrasting to the darkness that looms ahead. And now, beneath Bowser and Bowser Jr., we're going to add a shadow where they're standing, going away from our lighting source over here. And we're going to use dark green to do that. That also has a shadow. And our color is going to go over here. And now we're going to add in a little bit of grass. Just a few strokes here and there. Break up the monotony a little bit. Okay. Hand's starting to hurt, but we're going to keep going. We're going to start adding in all our darker colors last. The reason I do it last is because darkest colors are harder to work with. But we have to work with them eventually, so we do it last. Alright, for the sky, I'm going to do a couple of light bluish colors to accentuate the lightning I'm about to make. Now for our lightning bolt, we're going to choose a spot where we want it to come out from. We're going to take our eraser and lighten that up a little bit. Probably would have been good for me to mark out an area where it was going to be going through, but I wasn't quite sure. And there's our lightning bolt. We need to make that center sort of brighter. Like I said before, that's going to be our secondary light source. Once we get all our colors finalized around it, we'll begin working to make it look amazing. In order to make this area contrast a little bit better, we're going to start adding in a little bit of black in our darkest areas. And as well as giving that a blue highlight, we're also going to give Bowser and Bowser Jr. a blue highlight as well. It's a very subtle one. And here is my drawing of Bowser and Bowser Jr. taking over the Mushroom Kingdom. Quite honestly, I was surprised with this drawing. I got really frustrated about halfway through trying to draw Bowser the first time. Then I chilled out for a bit, watched a movie, came back and finished it up, and it turned out awesome. I'm blown away by this drawing. You guys should let me know what you think of the drawing in the comments below. And also, if you like this drawing, you should consider subscribing, because I plan on making many more drawing tutorials of this, and also, I take requests on drawings. This in itself was a request, but if you would like to send me a request, all you have to do is go to my YouTube channel called youtube.com/Vdeogamer, type in a request for your favorite video game character, and then I just might pick it someday. Thank you guys once again for watching this video, and until next time, keep on drawing. See you guys later.